Well, hello, I'm pretty excited. I think all systems are working. That means Facebook is on, YouTube is on. Well, I'm assuming. So I've got people commenting on YouTube. Hi, Amanda. I've seen that you've already found the new product, Amanda. You're a monkey. Facebook, on the website about half an hour ago, and it's gone mad. So yeah. Thank you very much for all of those of you that have already found it, and those of you that haven't, hopefully you'll be seeing some soon. If you are watching through Facebook, we would love for you to let me know that you can see us. Martin and I have come up with a little code that if he doesn't come over, it works. If he does come over, it doesn't. So I'm hoping that it doesn't come over. Fingers crossed. Yay, Carol. Hello, Carol. So you're on Facebook too. That means both of them are working. My goodness, I don't remember the last time we managed to get them both working without any hiccups. How exciting. Anyway, so we've got some new bits and pieces to show you. Should we get started? Hi, Eileen. Hi, Catherine. See, look, Martin's come on and let me know. He's a good man. Right, I'm having a problem with my stand. I have this stand in front of me here that has my phone on the top here, so we can show down, and my iPad in front of me, so I can see what you're saying to me. Janet, the stamps are on their way. Bear with me a moment. And for some reason, my phone bit is a bit droopy. So we might have to fight that a little bit, but if that's all it is, we'll manage. So shall we get started? Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Janet. Right, let's get started. Let's get rid of this. Let's go down to here. See what I mean? You're getting a sneak peek of my ink pads. So I'm going to just have to fiddle about a little bit, I think. I've been trying to get it tightened all afternoon and it's not working. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Tina. Should we go? Right. So first one. They are all our $9.99 size. So they're all ideal for like 6x6, 7x7 cards. And obviously today I'm going to be doing an 8x8 because it's bigger on the screen for you guys. Hi, Elizabeth. And hopefully you'll all love them. So first one in. Floral art. I tell you what, let's zoom that down a bit. Not too fast. And then, oh, now I've gone in too far. Okay. So, floral art. As I said, these are roughly 6x4. So 6 inches long, 4x4 inches wide. Let me have a look what size I think. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Mum. Hi, Susan. Got rid of the grandkids. You'll never get rid of the grandkids, Susan. Then we have Trailing Thoughts. And this one's got Happy Birthday, Happy Thoughts, You're One of a Kind, and I'm So Sorry. And again, they all fit into this little section here. It's a lovely flourish with some flowers, so if you want to decoupage those. Yep, so that's that one. Oh, froze a little bit there, I think. Hi, Jules. Hi, Veronica. Then we have a Crazy Daisy. I love this one. You all know I love daisies. So again, it will give you the idea of, hi Mandy, of the sizing. So this is an 8x8 card, so you can see where we fit against the 8x8s. Then we have Floral Arrangement. And this one says, you made my day, thank you, sending you a bunch of happiness. And so you've got a mixture of different foliages and flowers and all sorts going on in there. So my mother-in-law's been here. She went back on Monday, and when did the new stamps arrive? On Tuesday, so she's going to have to wait till I can send them over to her. Then we have Circle Splash. And these are 2 separate stamps. So you've got the smaller version and the larger version, or you can put them together. You've got a lovely butterfly on there. And then you've got a couple of little extra dots just to add a little bit of interest around. Hi, Sue. Thank you very much, Sue. And hi, Tina. And then last but not least, some general sentiments. So we've got sending good thoughts your way. Thanks for going the extra mile. Feel better soon. Friendship never stops blooming. In a field of daisies, be a wildflower, and for someone who is wonderful in each and every way. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different today. Hi, Jan. We missed you in Lincoln, Jan. I thought we'd see you there. Right, so that's all the new stamps. What do you think? Let me know. As I say, quite a few of you have already found us on the website. I found that we launched them on the website early, so you've already had a nosy. Just quickly, before I go on to the demo that we're going to do tonight, I posted this card on our Facebook page the other day. This is one of the cards we did at the workshop, and a couple of you asked for a profile picture of it. So I thought if we did it this way, you can kind of see how it is. See how it is, and it's designed. Oh, Heather! I might quickly run back through them. Well, we'll be going back through them at the end anyway. And it's designed to fold down to fit a A5 envelope. So we will probably do a YouTube on this or a live on this so that you can have a go at it. But that is the card. Hope that helps everybody. So Carol must have received hers today. Hi, Michael. Any new dies? Not at the moment, Michael, purely because shipping is making it horrendously expensive to bring them over at the moment. But watch out, there will be some coming at some point. Carol, what you like? Order on its way soon. Right, so let's get started on our demo. As I say, I'm sorry for those of you that missed. We seem to have a droopy camera today, so I'm keeping having to move it up. I don't know what's going on with it, but fingers crossed. Maybe that. Ooh. I'm trying everything, peoples, but I'll keep moving it as best I can. Can't go any further up, otherwise I'm not going to be able to reach. Right, so we are going to be using an 8x8 card. And then the cardstock we need, or card sizes are. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what you need first. That would probably help, wouldn't it? Right, or what we're using. So, we are going to be using an anti-static pad. We're actually going to bring in one of our older stencils. So we're going to be, oh, it keeps freezing on us. I'm going to be bringing in, I need to bring that out a little bit. I've gone in a bit too close for what we're doing now, I think. I apologise if you see anything of the workings around me. It's a bit of a mess, but if it means we're going to get the full screen in, I'm afraid that we're going to have to do that a little bit today. As my fiance's just told me, zoom out a little bit. There we go. So we're going to be using Encircle stencil. We've got cardstock in, and we do the super smooth cardstock in 250 or 300 GSM. And then we have our black cardstock, which we do in 270 GSM or 120 GSM. I'm going to be using that for matte and layering, so I will probably be using, well, I am using the 120 GSM. Hi, Janice. And then we've obviously got our sticky glue that comes in the two sizes. So we've got the 30mm or the 120mm. Then we're going to be using VersaFine Onyx Black. We're going to be using crystal clear embossing powder. We are also going to be using we're also going to be using, sorry, I was reading somebody's comments there. Dawn Robbins. I'm in now. Hubby just reminded me. You forgot me, Dawn. So we've got picked raspberry. I've got a few colours here today that I don't often use, but I really like what I've played with, so I thought I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone a little bit. Peacock feathers, fossilized amber, which I don't think you will have ever seen me use. Susan, if you saw my actual desk, you would know what I mean. And we've also got worn lipstick and cracked pistachio. Again, colours like you won't often see me use, so hopefully you like what we've come up with. haven't got enough space here today, that's my problem. We're also, I need to remember I need that one to use. We are also using some clean colour pens today. And we're using bright yellow, which is number 52. We are using yellow, which is number 50. Light blue, which is number 36, which is like gold dust to find at the moment. Light pink, which is 026. Yellow green, which is 053. Turquoise green, which is 042. And last but not least, sugar almond pink, 200. So that's everything we're using. Blending brushes. Our blending brushes will be back, are on pre-order. They will be back in stock with us next week. So finally, both sizes, the large, and I haven't got the other ones to hand, but our longer ones, smaller head with the cap on as well, will also be back in stock. So I'm very excited. It's been a while since we've been able to get them back, so they will be here. So that's everything you're going to use today. If I can put that all to one side for a moment without it all falling everywhere, what do you think the chances of that are? 0 probably. Wasn't too bad. I'll tell you the card sizes. Hi Di. So we are going to be using 8x8 card, and our cardstock pieces are 6 pieces to today's. So the smallest piece is a 4 1/4 by 5 3/4 white cardstock. The black piece to go with that for the matting and layering is 4 3/8. I know you hate me with the 8s, but I only want a really small border all around it, which is why I do the 8s. So it's 4 3/8 by 5 7/8. The next piece I've called our medium piece. So the white is 2 1/4 by 7 1/2, and the black is 2 3/8 by 7 5/8. Again, just to give you that border around the edge. Last but not least, the white piece on this one is 7 1/2 by 5, and the black is 7 5/8 by 5. So first of all, and I've had to pre-cut it because believe it or not, I only had one 8x8 card here. All the rest are down at my unit, so I need to remember to pick them up. So I have gone in and I have cut a strip off, which is 1 1/2 inches wide. So I've taken 1 1/2 inches off the front of my card. I'm not going to be using this piece, so I'm just going to put that off to one side. Okay, I'm going to put my card base out of the way and we're going to be working here. We are also using our Make Art Station, which you all know I absolutely love. And the stamps we are going to be using today are General Sentiments and Floral Art. They're the two that we're using today. Obviously in the coming weeks we will be using more and more of them. Also to let you know that we have got a stencil release coming as well, so keep an eye out for that. I can't tell you when it will be because I'm not 100% sure when it will be yet, but I'm hoping that we can do something either next week or the week, probably not the, yeah, maybe the week after. I'm not sure. Does that take us to the, yeah, we might be able to get it in the week after. Right. I'm just trying to line this up on a square. If I miss a comment, I apologise. I will go back later if I've missed any questions and have a quick look over that. So we're just going to position this roughly, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know me, I get a bit over things being in the right places. Now I'm going to just put those slightly, we've got room to do this now. What on earth is going on here? There we go. You can see it kind of fits inside this. I'm just going to quickly whip these brushes out of their boxes. Hi Carol. Oh, I can hear Maisie Moo barking in the far off distance. She must have just finished her tea. This has been a proper madam. I can hear her. She's going to give her daddy some hard times this evening, I feel. That's why we're here. As I say, Fossilized Amber is probably one you have never seen me use on a live before. I don't think I have ever used it on a live. It's not one I go to very often, but having used it with this colour combination, I may very well use it quite a lot more. Because I like this colour combination. I hope everybody else does. I've tried to go with really bright colours because we had quite a few people saying they were struggling to see the colours on what we were doing. So I thought, right, we'll go with some bright colours and hopefully everybody will see it. So I'm going to go in with our pink first. My pink's living on a prayer. Look, the foam pad, the ink pad is coming away from the base, so I'm trying to be a bit gentle with it. So we're going to go in. This is a great way, if you're not hugely confident with your blending, this is a great way to get used to whatever tool it is just bent that, didn't I? Whatever tool it is you're using to blend with. It's a great way of getting used to them. So we're just going to go in. This is probably a little bit heavier than I wanted that one to be, but it's a believe it or not, it's a new ink pad that's fallen apart on me. And then we'll go the next colour, which is Worn Lipstick. So we've done Picked Raspberry and Worn Lipstick. Now the reason I say this is a great way, oh, I think I've frozen on you. Anybody there? I can see comments coming through. I just think my demo has frozen. There we go. The reason I say this is a great way of learning how to use your preferred blending tool, because when you blend through a stencil, the ink still sits on the top of the stencil, and if you go over it with your next colour, it picks up some of that ink that was left behind, and it will then help the colours to blend through. We are freezing left, right and centre here. I don't know what is going on. Fingers crossed it will work its little demon out. So now we are going with Fossilized Amber. So as I said, it will pick up some of that colour that was left on from the previous one, because I haven't wiped it off, I haven't moved the stencil, and I haven't cleaned the stencil up. And it will help those two colours to blend in together. Hopefully. That's the plan anyway. Then we are going with Peacock Feathers. And as I say, picking up some of that colour, previous colour, and then going back in again with the colour brush again. And that will hopefully pick up some of that colour. And then we are going in for our last colour. At this point, I'm going to try and hold the stencil in place at the bottom there. Hi Anne. And then we are going in, and this one is Cracked Pistachio. Couldn't remember what colour I'd picked. And then pick up a little bit more of that Peacock Feathers just to pull those colours together. Fingers crossed it all worked out right. Yay! It actually looks a lot brighter on the screen than it actually is. This end anyway. The blend is, if I come in a bit closer, the yellow's really standing out on the camera, but it doesn't actually really stand out here. And the green you can hardly, is definitely there. Are we frozen again? No. Hi Helen. So that's the first part. I am going to quickly run over a second one, just for those of you that are joining us that may have missed us. So we'll pop that on there. Again, it's not going to be perfect because it's a completely different size to the one that we've just done. So be aware of that. And we're just going to go back in again, as I said. I'll just move these slightly. Just be careful as well with your magnets here, because they're going to pick up some of the ink that's sitting on, if you're using one of these, because they'll pick up some of the ink that is sitting on the stencil. So think about those as you pick them up and where you're putting them down, because you don't really want to suddenly pick this up. I haven't been on top of a load of pink and it leaves you a lovely big pink splodge in the middle. So just, if you are using the magnets, be aware of that as you're doing it. And then peacock feathers. I'll pick up a little bit there again. And then last but not least, we have got cracked pistachio, which needs to come further down. So that's all of that bit done. So you've done your 2 panels. We're then going to take the smaller panel and rather than clean this off too much, I'm going to use the ink that is already on there. To blend it across here. So no extra brushes, no extra ink on the brushes. I'm just going to go in really lightly and pick up some of the ink that is already on the stencil. Haven't added any extra ink. We want this to be quite light, so it's literally, I'm just running over that really quickly because this is going to be the piece we're going to stamp onto, so you don't want to make this too dark. But when I tried it without doing this, it was too stark, too white. So again, it's just a really, I'm going to have to wrap that up and put it out of the way for a moment because those colours go a long way. We've had beautiful weather this week though, haven't we? Today's been absolutely gorgeous. Yesterday we were a bit cloudy in the morning and then lovely, but today's been beautiful. So as I said, this is the heavier version and this is the piece that we'd be stamping on. Just wiping that down really quickly to get rid of all of that. Just flies by. Now, I have already stamped this out, but I would put an anti-static bag over there. I've already, it's not stamped out, I've already stenciled this earlier on so that I had it ready to make sure that it didn't, we didn't have, leave it for a few minutes, make yourself a cup of tea, use your anti-static bag over the top. We've frozen again, I think, yeah, use the anti-static bag over the top and then you should be fine to stamp onto it. But this is what I mean, how much lighter it is in the 2 colours, because you are stamping straight onto the top of this. So anti-static bag over it. And then we're going to take our stamp, our fabulous floral art. I love this design. I've had so much fun playing with these. So lots and lots of little light taps. Remember, we keep the polymer in the frame on all of our stamps so that they keep their shape. Bear with me, I'm about to sneeze. Or not, whatever happens. I might sneeze again in a minute. Hay fever season, don't you love it? So lots and lots and lots of little light taps all the way around, but try and avoid that centerpiece. I don't know why this is sticking. It's only sticking on this view. The other side isn't sticking. You can still see me waffling and moving my head around. Very strange. And then we're going to stamp this on here. Now I'm going to stamp mine a bit on the hoof. Yeah, a bit on the hoof. And hope for the best. There is no right and wrong way for this one either, so don't be worried about that. It's a fairly biggish stamp, so make sure you spend the time to make sure your image stamps out onto the card. And then we're going to pop some embossing powder over the top of that. Also, we're colouring this in with a pen, with pens, so you don't want to have the colour on this too dark, otherwise it will show through when we colour it, and that you don't really want to happen. So give that a light tap to get rid of the excess, and then we'll put that back in the jar. I'm going to heat this from underneath. As you all know, I heat from underneath. So I heat from underneath just because I'm colouring this in, and it means it puts a barrier between the heat gun and the air that comes out of it and the stamped image. Hopefully the embossing powder doesn't dance around too much, and you'll be able to colour it in without causing too many problems to yourself. But if you do it from underneath, be careful, it gets very hot under there. I think you could use this stamp for pretty much absolutely any occasion. Depending on what colours you did it with, it would be perfect for any occasion. I think we've got it all. There we go. And then before I go any further, I think I'm just going to put my sentiment on there, and then we can get rid of all of the other bits and pieces that we have lying around here. So the one I'm using is Friendship Never Stops Blooming. Now I'm going to be putting this on my card, slightly on the hoof, or on the wonk, or whatever you want to call it. So I want my sentiment to be slightly on the wonk. And that will determine, maybe I'll wait and do it afterwards. Once I've decided, yeah, I'm going to wait. That was me trying to get ahead of myself, and I don't think that's a good idea. You should never get ahead of yourself. Right, so we're going to go in and do some colouring. In which case we need the pens. So I'm going to quickly go round really fast and just do all the green. It isn't going to be perfect because I am trying to do it fast so that we can get to show you the finished card. As you all know, clean colour pens I use all the time, but you do need to make sure that you blot with these as you're going along, because it spreads a very, very long way if you don't. So just be really careful when you're doing this, that you do remember to blot, because we've done the embossing. The ink sits on the top of those stamps where the embossing powder is, and it really does spread a long way. If your colour does start to come through, if you've gone a bit heavy-handed with this part of your stenciling, it's no biggie. All I would say is don't keep going over and over. Otherwise it'll chew your paper up, and you don't really want your paper to be chewed up. So just remember that when you're doing it. Give it time to dry, and then go back to it if you want to make it slightly darker. Let the first base colour that you've put down dry first. Hay fever season is a wonderful thing, and if you live in the country and you suffer with hay fever, it's not much fun. So again, quickly going to go in and just scribble over these. I want to show you how quick this card is to make from the start. Literally all we did ahead of the live is cut the sizes out, so you can see how quick it is to actually make. It'd be a great batch card, and maybe do it in different colours if you wanted to do it for different occasions and things. But it's a really nice, easy card to make. We're almost done with the green. And then I thought I'd really push the boat out, and I'm using all these different colours. But again, remember, go in and blot. You've all gone quiet on me. I'm assuming you're watching and haven't thought, oh, I'm leaving. Well, I hope you haven't anyway. And then we're going to go in and colour. So we'll go with kind of work with the colours that you can see. So we've got the darker pink down here. So I'm going to use my darker pink here. But obviously I don't want two pinks next to each other if I'm kind of covering all the colours. So we're only going to use one pink down here. And go with a yellow up here. If you wanted to use these more watercolory, you can do it onto watercolour cardstock, or you could blend it on with your sort of scribble on here and use your blending pen to lift it off and colour directly onto the flowers with the blending pen. What colour should we go with down here? Yellow. Should we go with a pale blue? I'm feeling pale blue in the bottom corner here. And they're really cute little flowers. You could decoupage them if you wanted to as well. Would look quite cool. And then we're going to come up here. I'm going to go in with a, I'm feeling turquoise on this one, I think. Even I'm going quiet, look, colouring in. I love colouring in though. You can see why the adult colouring books took off like they did, because it is really relaxing when you start colouring in. Switch the world off. I've got off. Yeah. Well, this is called bright yellow. In no uncertain terms is that a yellow. I would definitely say that was a light orange, if not just an orange, but they call it bright yellow. I think if you blend it and mix the colours, you would probably have a more yellow colour, but definitely as it is, it's not a yellow. And then we need the other pink. Oh, I've got my pinks both on the same side. That was bad planning. Oh well. Too late now. When I said I've got my pinks both on the same side, I meant here and here, the two different pinks, but only I know that. Now we're going to stick that down onto our yellow. This is where we remember that we haven't made sure our glue's working yet this afternoon, and we're hoping it is. But before I even start, I know it's going to need some help. So hopefully that will be enough. Come on, don't let me down. That one's going to let me down. We'll go to this one and see if this one's going to let us down. Oh, good grief. The one thing I forgot to do was check my glues before we came live, which was a really silly thing not to check, wasn't it? Probably the most important part of what I do, and it's going to really play me up. Bear with me, peoples. I am coming, I promise. Just need to unblock my glue. And it's being a monkey. See, we all have problems with different things. Put my glue down on things I didn't want it down on. Oh, good grief. There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. Right. We'll let you off, Alison. So we'll stick this down. Remember, just be careful because those pens could still be a little bit wet if you're going straight in putting this down now. And I've put that down before I've done my embossing of the sentiment, so that's really going to annoy me, isn't it? Too late now, peoples. Too late now. But rather than smudge it, I'm going to put a piece of tissue paper over that just to stick those two down. So we'll pop the sentiment on now and hope that we'll manage to heat it up through the two layers. It's got two choices, hasn't it? Get rid of the piece that's covered in glue. Right, so again, lots and lots of little light taps. I'm going to put my sentiment on here, but as I said, it's going on my card a bit on the hoof. And it's really difficult to judge it. And get it straight. That's where it's going. You might want to just put your sentiment on once you've stuck it all together, if I'm honest, and not emboss it, if you're going to struggle with it like me. So the sentiment is down. I'm going to pop some, and yes, I know it looks like it's on the hoof now. I promise it won't be when we put the card together, she says, and I probably put it on the wrong way. I'll put the excess on there. Thankfully we didn't put huge amounts of glue on there, so if it does give me a problem, we can get around it somehow. We normally manage to. I could just heat it from above if I wanted to, and then that would be me round it, wouldn't it? But we'll give it a go how I normally do it anyway, and then we'll see. It's just taken a little bit longer to get through to it, but it is doing it. So. We'll take. From above while it's still warm. Just a little bit of pressure in there because the glue has shrunk up a little bit. So it's going to give me a bit of a problem to put it down. And that's entirely my fault. Hopefully we've got around it somehow. We'll just put it on with a few foam pads rather than try and fight it tonight. It will all make sense. See, you now know that we all make silly mistakes. Just give that a bit of a wiggle. Now, if I'd have put the sentiment on like I originally said I was going to, I wouldn't have made that, would I? Wouldn't have done that problem. It is what it is now. Right, so let's stick all of this together. Let's have a look. Here's one I did earlier, and here's one I've just done. Now I think we're going to go with the ones I've just done. I like them because they're a bit more vibrant. So let's put this together. Again, we need our sticky glue. Bear with me. It is just not my night, is it? I think my glue thing's thrown me because I never don't sort this out beforehand. And because I didn't, it's thrown me off a bit, but I think I might have just got that blockage out. So here we go. Yay! Got glue everywhere, people. Oh, just a mess. Right, let's get rid of that. Now we can concentrate on what we're doing properly. Yep, not the technology. Thank the Lord, Di. I was a bit worried because the systems both decided to do an update last night. And updates are never your friend the night before you're going live. And then when I went to put it, I set it all up this afternoon. And normally there's a way I can test it. And hoping that we managed to have tested it and it stays as it should, it would have been alright. But the new update means that you can't test it like I always used to. Saying that, the testing didn't work anyway, did it? So, right, so we have stuck those two pieces together onto the black, and then we're going to stick them in here, and they should give you pretty little border all the way round. That's the plan. And as you know, I can work out what the heck's wrong with my glue, but I can never work out what's wrong with my technology, because I don't do technology. I do glue and paper. Sorry, I know we've come out of shot a little bit here. I've just got to line it up, and with my droopy stand today, it's meaning I'm having to bring it a little bit closer than. And then obviously try and line your two pieces up here and down the bottom here if you can as well. That will make a big difference. So that's how it will open up. And obviously you can write your whatever you want to in there. And then this piece is going to go on the hoof, with hopefully with the sentiment upright, level, straight-ish. Now obviously, as you all know, I had to heat that so it's curled, because I was silly and not concentrating on what I was doing. So we are just going to pop that onto some foam pads. Now when I say we're going to pop them onto some foam pads, it's going across here, but obviously the card needs to open. So this will be hanging off the edge of the card a little bit. Let the system catch me up. So you only want to put foam pads on the bit that's going to be stuck down. So I'm going to give myself a bit of a guide. Okay, sorry, I promise I'll get these off here quick as I can. Gone by quicker. Really, what, 20 minutes making the card? And literally all I did ahead of it was cut the paper sizes. Remember, as I've always say to you, pop a little bit of wet glue on your foam pads. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room to get them where you want them to be. I think it's if I move too fast, it seems to be freezing, doesn't it? Sentiment up straight. Use your sentiment as your guide. This is what I mean. Use your sentiment as your guide, but having the wet glue means you can wiggle it about a bit. So that is your floral art and general sentiments card. Made, finished. Right, so I'll bring it up to you, I think, rather than fiddling about. Hi Beverly. So I hope you like that one. I'm really loving those colours. So it's designed to just flip. And if you didn't want the black on the background, you could always put some white cardstock on there to hide that as well. That's entirely up to you. And then we can pop another sentiment inside if you want. I put friendship never stops blooming. And then I'm going to put sending good thoughts your way. In there as well, just inside the card. Haven't even used this stamp yet, so we'll find out. Apart from my sticky fingers all over it. I'm not going to, I just wiped off some of that ink as well, good grief. I'm not going to emboss this one just this time, just so that you can see it. Sending good thoughts your way. Bam. Sending good thoughts your way. So, as I say, I hope you all like that card. Right, as you all know, we've got issues with my droopy stand here, so we will just quickly whip that out of the way. You're going to keep my colours and my brushes in there, but I'm going to show you the new stamps again for those of you that came in a bit late and missed them. Where are we? There we go. So, first off, we have got the floral art that we have just used. Let's see if we can home in a little bit. Zoom in a bit. Ooh. I think that's about right. So we've got floral art. As I said, these are roughly 6x4. So put my hands there and you've kind of got an idea of the size of these. Then we have got floral arrangement, which says, "You made my day. Thank you, sending you a bunch of happiness." And then we've got circle splash, so that's they're in 2 separate stamps, so you can use the large one, the small one, or both together. A lovely butterfly, and then a couple of different accents that you can use on your background. Then we have Crazy Daisy, and if you can hear it, Crazy Maisie's barking at Grandma at the moment. She wants her treats. Tina, the design team literally got the stamps today. I got them yesterday, so hopefully before our TV show we'll have the samples here to show everybody. So we've got happy birthday, happy thoughts, you're one of a kind, and I'm so sorry on that one. And this is our trading thoughts, and they all fit in this circle here. And then last but not least, general sentiments, which says, "Sending good thoughts your way. Thanks for going the extra mile. Feel better soon. Friendship never stops blooming. In a field of daisies, be a wildflower. And for someone who is wonderful in each and every way." So hopefully that's everything. Now I have a few dates and things to tell you about. So let's flip back to CME. Lucky you. I think even my seat seems lower. What on earth? Never mind. It is what it is, hey. So, what have we got to tell you about? We have got a few shows coming up. Another crazy busy month for us here. So, we're at Bolden Collier this weekend for the Ross Papercraft show. Starts at 10. I'm not sure if it finishes at 2 or 3. That's Sunday the 12th of May. Then we are at Stoneleigh Park for Craftorama on Saturday the 18th of May. That's a Saturday, not a Sunday, people. So, if you're watching it and you're planning on coming, it's the Saturday, not the Sunday. Then the following week after that, Ross Papercrafts in Hull, which is Sunday the 26th of May. And then after that, Thursday the 30th of May, we are on Hobby Maker, which is at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. I love your stamps. I found you at Lincoln Cafe and got the welly boots and spring flowers. Oh, thanks, Debbie. I remember you. I think you asked me about the stamps with the... It was one of Di, actually. Your Di's on here. Watching, she did one with the welly boots and the spring flowers sticking out the top. I saw you'd already ordered, Amanda. You're a lucky lady. Lots of you have already got there. There is no Newbury in July, Liz. I think there may be one at the end of the year. If there is, it's November, but it's definitely not in July this year. They couldn't get a date to work whether they are going to be there or not. We have launched our autumn workshops, which have nearly all sold out. We have a couple of places left on Wigan, which is on the 19th of September. Just 2 places left on Coventry, which is the 12th of October. And a couple of places again left on our second day in Newcastle, the 29th of September. So we've got, again, a busy couple of months with all of that going on. Yeah, I think that's everything. If anybody's got any questions, please let me know. The stamps are over on our website, ready for you to pre-order if you want. They will be with us Wednesday, I believe. So they will be, if they're here early enough, they'll be shipped out Wednesday afternoon. If not, it will be Thursday that they come winging their way to everybody. I hope you enjoyed the live. I will just quickly hold my card up so you can see what we did. And then it says, "Sending good thoughts your way." So hopefully you've enjoyed I never know which way I've got to turn this to get it straight to show you. And that way. There we go. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and we will see you all again soon. I just need to confirm the date of the next Facebook Live. I want to say it's about the 29th, but I might try and squeeze one in next week if we can. So keep an eye out on the website, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere to see what's going on. Have a lovely evening, and we'll see you all again soon.